Another level. Teenage singer-songwriter Wayne Williams, a Brit School pupil from London, has a strong voice and piano basics under his belt, so decides to set up a boy band, recruiting 2 male models with no singing or dancing experience to join him. It's a risky move, but they're so hot that in this climate, talent is superfluous. Northwest Side Records, a subsidiary of BMG, are heavy petting them before they've even developed, telling Wayne that he needs another vocalist before they can do business. At a college performance one afternoon, he's awoken from his daydream by the sound of a soulful young voice. "Who's that?" he asks the girl next to him. "That's Dan," she giggles, as he finally catches a glimpse of him. A musical theatre student from the year below. He's no male model, but can sing, and the girls are fizzing. So as the performance concludes, he makes his move, and the 17-year-old grabs the opportunity, becoming the final piece to the jigsaw. No time's wasted, and they're quickly signed by Northwest Side and given 50 grand each as an advance. Initially as a pop act, but it's horrible. So they're reimagined and thrown down the murky rabbit hole of UK R&B with the likes of Damage and MN8, naming themselves Another Level after American group Blackstreet's newest album. Their first single, Be Alone No More, features their label mate, Jay-Z, and goes to number 6. The follow-up, Freak Me, tops the charts, giving them full access to the exclusive jacuzzi of VIP bacteria. Dan quickly catches the viral infection, Jordan, whilst Mark picks up multi-millionaire Alan Sugar's daughter, highlighting the wide range of living organisms present in the glorified puddle, some essential for immunity, others life-threatening. They go on to release Guess I Was a Fool, number 5. I Want You For Myself, featuring Ghostface Killer, number 2. It's the end of the first album campaign, a resounding success. The boys have integrated well into the cast of the pop club Hot Tub. In particular Dan, who's not only excelling in the studio, but stealing the media limelight with his car salesman charm, outshining his co-frontman and group founder, Wayne. Whilst working on the second album, the Suits decide to regurgitate the digested meat and pipe it back into sausage skins, releasing a remix album and a new version of Be Alone No More. It goes to number 11. So after 12 months of sharpening their skills, perfecting the act, we get a chance to see the finely tuned hit machine in the flesh and at their peak.
Come on, let me hear you.
Let me hear you, he screams at the cold bodies, like a paramedic desperate for a sign of life. A culmination of corporate partnerships, industry professionals and financial backers have brought us here today to witness the lengths that the dark powers will go to fabricate and degrade organic art as they elevate counterfeit talent from their mission control, launching another successful rectal rocket around the U-bend. Tumbleweed drifts by, as even the young dung beetles are hesitant to tuck in, but they have their secret weapon. Diet Chippendales, tapping into our inner fantasies as we eat with our eyes, beat our meat hypnotised by the visual foreplay, buying into the musical roleplay. slaughtering the produce like backstreet cat meat. Unethical, unregulated dismemberment of Afro-American culture without an ounce of remorse. Watch as the children ignore Dane and beg for the model's attention.
Just because we're miles away doesn't mean I'm insecure. Check it out, y'all.
The second album's completed using the same Moorish formula, and the following singles released. From the Heart, number 6. Summertime, featuring TQ, 7. Bomb Diggy, 6. 3 more top 10s, bringing it up to 7, with over 1 million single sales. The next level really is beckoning, and the media are all over them like a rash.
Hi, I'm Mark Barron.
Skid Mark, you know what they say about the quiet ones. Loves his fanny, but no more late night withdrawals from the gash machine, now that his fingers are sugar-coated. He fondly remembers the days of getting his sausage battered, but knows exactly which side his bread's buttered. Nice little jag, ghost plates, a quick rendezvous with the press at his parents' mansion.
I was brought up in Essex. My parents lived just about a mile down the road, so I've still got the convenience of having them there. But I've kind of broken out by myself now, but I've still got mum and dad there if I need them. They're not far away, so quick phone call, mum, come and save me.
He makes David Beckham sound like Brian Blessed, but that doesn't mean that he's soft in the head and still attached to his mother's bosom.
Before I was in the band, when I was at school and stuff, I wouldn't say I was too naughty or anything. I just wasn't happy there. I didn't like it much. Mind saying that, when I left school, I went to college and did a business and finance course.
He flexes his national diploma to quash the rumours that he's a thick cunt. And it almost has us until he starts talking again.
What I found quite interesting, that lasted me for about 2 years. And then one day I went walking into a nightclub and someone came up to me and said, "Who's your agency?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" I didn't have a clue what they're talking about.
It was on this night that he first realised the power that beauty had bestowed upon him. Even with constipation of the brain and zero talent, he was still able to blend into the inner circle.
They said, "Model agency," and I haven't got one. I don't know what you're talking about. How can I be a model?
Handsome. Me? Scoffs the embodiment of physical perfection as he pouts at his reflection in the monitor.
And they said, seriously? So I went down. It was Models One, which is a respectable agency. And I'd say it was due to modelling gave me the self-confidence to do what I'm doing now. Even from day one, my parents have been really supportive about what I've been doing. They come to every single concert I ever do.
Every show they've ever done. That's around 100 at this stage. His dad looks bomb-diggied out. He's been licking up and down and everywhere else, but Mrs. Barron never says stop.
If you go to their house, it's like a complete shrine to another level. There's posters, discs, albums, always music's playing there.
So with American connections and respect amongst the international pop community, having recently supported Janet Jackson on the European leg of her world tour, and top producers wanting to work with them, it's written in the stars. Fuck that, says Wayne, unexpectedly bursting the bubble without notice. He's watched Dane slowly take control of his baby, steal all of the ad-libs, and tongue-tickle his way into everyone's graces. A textbook circus rodent, able to walk the tightrope as custard pies fly past his head, while straining out wedding singer impersonations of black vocal legends. There'd been an uncomfortable feeling in Wayne's stomach for some time, and he struggled to digest what he'd bitten off. First a lack of energy, then a bad back. What he could never have known is that he'd developed what would soon become a nationwide disorder. A scare of pandemic-level prevalence. And sadly, Wayne Williams, the group's brainchild and lead vocalist, was the first recorded victim of irritable bowel syndrome. Peace and love.